Hola, 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 everybody! Hello, everybody! This is a long-awaited video that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's Supercross facts plus maybe some history if you can classify it as history or facts. It's gonna be called facts. So we're gonna be telling you guys things that you probably did not know about Supercross. Our first one, we're gonna go over the oldest winner ever in Supercross. This one should be easy for everyone. It's Justin Brayton. Justin Brayton was 33 years old in like 12 months. I don't know the exact age, but he was like about to turn 34, like a week away from turning 34 when he won that Daytona race in 2018. So that's the oldest winner in Supercross. I tried to find the oldest champion in Supercross, but one thing I do know, I couldn't find 450 champion, but I know the longest, I think the longest Supercross career is gonna belong to Chad Reed, honestly, or Kyle Lewis, because Kyle Lewis raced from the 80s to like 2008. He raced a long time. But the oldest 250 East champion, I know this one. This one's also recent. It's Zach Osborne. Zach Osborne was, I think, 28 years old when he pulled that move on Savachi, who was, what, 23? So that's a 28-year-old pulling a move on a 23-year-old. I believe Savachi was 23 then. Alright. Our next one. Did you know that I think if Jet Lawrence would have won Anaheim 2 2020, he would have been the youngest winner ever? Yep, Ricky Carmichael came up when he was 16 too, but I think he was like 17. I honestly do not think he was 16. So I think Jet Lawrence would have been the oldest winner of Supercross. The oldest one, the youngest winner of Supercross. Alright, our next fact. Did you know that in 2008, they had this thing, well, 2007, 2008, probably back then too, they had this thing called provisionals, that if you were in top 20 in the points, you would be you could use a provisional and get into the main event for free without qualifying. Chad Reed used it once in Detroit in 2008 when he screwed up his shoulder in practice, and did not make it through in the heat race, did not make it through in the LTQ. So he went ahead and used the provisional and got in the main event for free. And I believe, what's that? Who's the, Michael Byrne. I believe Michael Burns had to use one too in Phoenix 2007. Speaking of Phoenix, did you know that the Arizona race was not always held at State Farm Stadium as it's known now? It was actually held at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, and they moved to State Farm Stadium, which was then called University of Phoenix Stadium in 2016. And Ken Roczen won the first race in State Farm Stadium and couldn't win the 2019 one for some reason. Alright. I was at the last race at Qualcomm Stadium, which took place in 2014, and James Stewart won the last race in Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. The first race at Petco Park was held in 2015 and was won by Trey Canard. I was also there. Alright, the 250 class, as it's known today, was previously called the Lights class. They didn't start calling it the 250 class until 2013. Yes, that's right. So, years before they called it the Lights class. And the 250 class was never even a thing until 1985. That's when they had the East-West split. Alright, what's my next one? Our next fact. Kind of going off the 250 class. Before it was called the Lights class, it was actually called the 125 class, in the 450 class when from 2013 on has been called the 450 class. Before it was called the Supercross class. Now it's the 450 class, but back in the day the 450 class was actually the 250 class. I know guys, it's confusing. I'm confusing myself too. Our next fact: Pierre Carsmakers won the first Supercross race in the Memorial Coliseum, and he's also the first Supercross championship. And back in those days, in 1974, Pierre's Carsmaker won the Supercross championship in the 450 class, which was the only class that they rode back then. But it was also just a 3-race series. The first Supercross race at Angel Stadium was held in 1976, and Marty Smith won it. The change to the blue logos only happened in 2019 when Supercross made a change and changed it to the blue logos. I hope you guys are really enjoying this because I'm really going off the top of my head. Okay, what else do I have? There could be a part 2 to this because I could remember stuff. What else do we have? Yep, that's what we got. Oh, Chad Reed has the most career starts of anybody with, I don't know what he has now, but the record before that he had to break was 227. Oh, he has like 259 career starts, something like that. He made his 250th career start at Anaheim 1 2020. And if you're wondering who has the most Supercross wins of all time, that record is held by Jeremy McGrath with 72. So Eli Tomac is probably not going to get there. Sorry, Tomac fans. In second is, surprisingly, it's James Stewart, who I bet has the most crashes of all time too. Watch Bar to Bar 09. Ken Roczen probably has the best comeback in Supercross history after his devastating arm injury, which he did not land right, guys. Which, if you didn't know, and I didn't even know this either, his bones were sticking out of his arm. Like, blood everywhere. So, and if you did know this, Cooper Webb and Ken Roczen have a history off track too. Ken Roczen and Cooper Webb have a girlfriend drama. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know what year this was. This probably was 17. I want to say it was before 17. So probably 2016. Cooper Webb started hitting on Ken Roczen's girl and stole her. And Ken Roczen decided to take it out on him on the track in San Diego 2018. And Cooper Webb paid him back by beating him in what is called the closest finish in Arlington 2019. The closest finish is Arlington 2019, and that is 0.28 seconds. It is insane, guys. I think that's what it is. Do I have anything else? Cole Seeley and Jason Anderson have a history on track too. In Anaheim 2014, Anaheim 1 2014, Anderson came up and just took Seeley to the tear zone as he stole the win from Cole Seeley. And this was in the 250 class. Back in the day when they were in 250 class, he stole the win from Cole Seeley twice in a row, and then once from Dean Wilson in Oakland. It was funny. It was funny. They always seem to find each other on the track. I had another one. I know I did. Oh, Husqvarna's first season in Supercross was in 2015, and Jason Anderson won not only his first career race, but the first win for Husqvarna came in 2016, where Jason Anderson picked it up at Anaheim 1 and also picked up Husqvarna's first win and his first career win, and then later got docked the next week in San Diego. Speaking of San Diego, in 2016, San Diego Petco Park got to host a Supercross twice, one for round 2 and one for round 6. In 2015, Supercross made history as they were in the Georgia Dome 2 weeks in a row for rounds 8 and round 9. I know I have more, guys. I'm sorry this is so boring. And Eli Tomac has the most career wins without a championship. With, I believe he has 28 right now. And Eli Tomac has a chance to catch Ryan Villapoto at, I believe it's 4th all time. Ryan Villapoto had 41 wins in his career and still did not enjoy it. Well, maybe in the beginning. Our next fact. The GOAT of Supercross, Ricky Carmichael, is now in the broadcasting booth, something he's been doing since 2007. Who here likes Lee Diffie better? I sure do. Lee Diffie was brought in for the first 3 races of 2020, and honestly, I think I like him more than Ralph. I know I have more. Are you wondering who's won the most Supercross titles in history? It's the king of Supercross, guys. It's Jeremy McGrath with 7 championships. It should have been 8, but 1 year Ricky Carmichael spanked him in a Supercross series. Oh boy. At one point in its history, Anaheim hosted 3 events during the season. And that's gonna wrap it up here today. We'll have a part 2 for sure, because I'm pretty sure I'll remember things. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry to bore you, but it's Supercross Facts. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.